Welcome back, dead listeners. I have something new to share today. I have a used bookstore just down the street from where I work here at the funeral home, and I found this book here for about $1. Now, I don't know what it goes for retail price in the stores, but if you find it, it's an interesting book to kind of use for anybody that wants to prepare their family and information for whoever's left behind when you die. This is called When I'm Gone, Practical Notes for Those You Leave Behind by Kathleen Fraser. I was looking through this, and I keep it here in the funeral home. If families ever look at it and decide they want to use it, I make photocopies out of these pages for families. I admit, at first, I started to use it for myself. Then I started to find a lot of the pages and questions didn't quite apply to me wholeheartedly. But it starts, this book's belong to, and I whited out my original information, last updated. That's helpful. But what I really like, if you look through the contents, of course, there's the introduction that will talk you through what this is supposed to serve your purpose for. Important people, documents and records, legal advice, health and medical care, children and other dependents, pets, finances, property, home maintenance, vehicles and motorized tools, computers, TVs, and other electronics, your favorite things, personal history, so far away, and in the end. Now, this is, of course, not perfect legal advice when you're talking about legal stuff, but this is very helpful if it does apply to you. My suggestion, if you get this book and you start filling it out, I mean, not everybody's going to have pets. Not everybody's going to have children. Not everybody's going to need all the information that's in here. Important people, look at this, memberships and affiliations. You may have this, you may not. What's cool is if it applies, great, use it, fill it in. Because I will tell you right now, a lot of the families that come in after a death they're grieving and they've got so much going on. This is a good book for them to kind of reference and for them to kind of, after the funeral, after cremation, after everything's said and done, they can go through and just say, oh, I forgot about this. Adoption records, maybe I need to pull those. Or custody parenting agreements. Is there a will? Living will, organ donation, things like that. It's good for them to just have something so that they don't have to stress about what else there is to think of. Now, you might want to make sure this is always updated, because if there's going to be things listed that's outdated, say employment records and contracts, if you have contracts that are void now because, I don't know, they're 10 years old and you no longer use it, make sure that they know that and keep this updated. Cross it off, whatever. But it is a good start. You don't have to buy this book, but it does have a lot of things like keep or trash. Kind of talks you through when somebody has to go through all your belongings. You may want to list that. Legal advice, every family is going to be different. Some things will apply, some don't. So don't take everything in this book as gospel. Take it more of a guideline, okay? It will ask for a brief legal history of you. You know, your will, trusts, estates, again, marriage, common law marriage. Remember that in some states, common law marriage does not apply. I know for a fact in my state, it does not. So if you loved somebody with all your heart for 800 years, it doesn't matter. If you're not legally married, you can't make funeral arrangements unless you have it written in a legal document like a will. Distribution rights, all kinds of stuff. Let's skip. Death and taxes. What is probate? Can you avoid probate? Things like that. Powers of attorney. Health and medical care. A brief health and medical history of you. Dependent children. So many things. This is a good book. I like it. I recommend it. If not, if anything, send me an email. If you want me to photocopy or scan some pages, I'll email them to you. And, if it helps, I'll send it. All right, guys, just wanted to share that with you, and something to think about. If you don't think about it, someone's going to have to. And when they're grieving for your loss, that's the toughest time to have to think about it. So write it down. Do the thought for them so that everything afterwards is a no-brainer. All right, guys, make the most of life. Live it to the fullest.